We all know the Disney version. A beautiful girl, a cursed prince, a magical castle. Love conquers all, right? The tale is as old as time, filled with enchanting music, vibrant characters, and a heartwarming message that love can break any curse. But behind the sing-alongs and talking teapots, the story of Beauty and the Beast hides a darker past. The Disney adaptation is a sanitized version, a fairy tale with a happy ending. Yet, the origins of this story are far more sinister and complex. Long before Disney, storytellers wove tales of monstrous grooms and unwilling brides. These stories were passed down through generations, each version adding its own layer of fear and caution. They were not just tales of romance, but of survival and the harsh realities of life. These stories weren't about romance. They were warnings. They served as cautionary tales, reminding people of the dangers that lurked in the unknown, the perils of trusting strangers, and the consequences of disobedience. They revealed the dangers that lurked in the shadows, particularly for women. In a time when women had little control over their own lives, these stories reflected their fears and anxieties. The monstrous groom was not just a literal beast, but a symbol of the unknown and the uncontrollable. These earlier versions force us to confront uncomfortable truths. They challenge the notion of love as a simple, pure force that can overcome any obstacle. Instead, they present love as something complex, fraught with danger and uncertainty. What happens when love isn't a choice? When it's imposed upon someone by societal expectations or by force? These stories ask us to consider the darker side of love, the side that involves power dynamics and control. What does it mean to be trapped by societal expectations? To be forced into a role that one does not choose? These tales highlight the struggles of those who are bound by the norms and rules of their time, unable to break free. The original Beauty and the Beast offers a chilling glimpse into the anxieties of a different time, anxieties that still resonate today. It reminds us that behind every fairy tale there is a deeper, often darker story waiting to be uncovered. These stories continue to captivate us because they speak to universal fears and desires, showing us that the line between beauty and beast is often thinner than we think.
Before Disney, there was Gabrielle Suzanne Barbeau de Villeneuve, a French author who, in 1740, penned a sprawling novel. Her version of Beauty and the Beast was a rich tapestry of intricate subplots, magical elements, and complex characters. Villeneuve's narrative was not just a simple fairy tale, but a deep exploration of human nature and societal norms of her time. Her story is a tangled web of subplots and fantastical creatures. The enchanted forest, filled with mythical beings, serves as a backdrop to the unfolding drama. Villeneuve's imagination brought to life a world where the lines between reality and fantasy blur, creating a mesmerizing tale that captivated readers. It introduces us to a beauty who is not a merchant's daughter but a princess, stolen away and raised in the mortal realm. This twist adds layers of complexity to her character, making her journey of self-discovery and love even more compelling. The princess's royal lineage and her subsequent abduction create a narrative rich with intrigue and emotional depth.
Then came Jean-Marie Le Prince de Beaumont, who in 1756 trimmed Villeneuve's epic into a moral lesson for young girls. Beaumont's version was more accessible, focusing on the core themes of the story while simplifying the plot. Her adaptation was designed to teach young girls about virtue, obedience, and the importance of inner beauty. Her Beauty and the Beast, a short story within a larger collection, emphasized obedience and inner beauty. Beaumont's tale was a reflection of the societal expectations of women during her time. It highlighted the virtues of patience, kindness, and the belief that true beauty comes from within. This moralistic approach resonated with readers and cemented the story's place in literary history. This version is the one closest to what we know today. Beaumont's adaptation laid the foundation for the countless retellings and adaptations that followed. Her streamlined narrative and focus on moral lessons made the story timeless, allowing it to be passed down through generations. Yet, both Villeneuve's and Beaumont's stories paint a far more complex and unsettling picture than the Disney adaptation. The original tales delve into themes of longing, sacrifice, and the darker aspects of human nature. They explore the complexities of love and the sacrifices one must make for it, presenting a more nuanced and mature narrative. Their tales are filled with longing, sacrifice, and the constant threat of violence. Villeneuve's and Beaumont's versions of Beauty and the Beast are not just fairy tales, but profound explorations of the human condition. They remind us that love often comes with challenges, and that true beauty is found in the depths of one's character, not just in outward appearances. These original stories offer a richer, more complex understanding of the timeless tale we know today.
To truly understand the darkness at the heart of Beauty and the Beast, we must journey back to the time of its creation. The 18th century was an age of rigid social structures, particularly for women. Their lives were defined by duty, obedience, and securing a good marriage. Women held little power. They were pawns in a patriarchal game, their worth determined by beauty, virtue, and the ability to manage a household. In this context, the story of Beauty and the Beast takes on a new significance. It becomes a stark reflection of the limited choices available to women. Beauty's agency is restricted. Her fate seems preordained.
The Beast in these earlier versions is a far cry from the charming, misunderstood creature of Disney. He is a figure of raw, untamed masculinity. He is prone to fits of anger, possessiveness, and violence. His castle, a symbol of his isolation and internal turmoil, becomes a gilded cage for Beauty. The Beast demands Beauty's love, yet his love is often conditional, contingent upon her obedience and acceptance of his monstrous nature. This dynamic reflects a power imbalance that was all too familiar in the 18th century. The Beast becomes an embodiment of male dominance, a stark reminder of the dangers women faced in a world controlled by men.
The story of Beauty and the Beast doesn't emerge in a vacuum. It is a tale that has been shaped and molded by centuries of storytelling, drawing from a deep well of mythological and folkloric traditions that span cultures and epochs. These traditions add layers of meaning and complexity to the narrative, enriching it with themes of transformation, redemption, and the power of love to transcend physical appearances. The tale we know today is but a single thread in a vast and intricate tapestry of human imagination and cultural expression. One striking parallel can be found in the ancient Greek myth of Cupid and Psyche. This story, which has captivated audiences for millennia, tells of a mortal woman whose beauty rivals that of the gods, and the divine love that ultimately redeems her. Psyche, a mortal woman of extraordinary beauty, is punished by Venus, the goddess of love. Jealous of Psyche's beauty, Venus sends her son Cupid to make Psyche fall in love with a hideous creature. However, Cupid himself falls in love with Psyche, setting the stage for a series of trials and tribulations. Psyche is forced to live with a monstrous husband hidden from view. This element of the story echoes the central theme of Beauty and the Beast, where the true nature of the beast is concealed, and only love can reveal his true form. Only through a series of trials and tribulations can Psyche break the curse and reunite with her beloved. These trials, which test her resolve, courage, and love, are symbolic of the challenges that love often faces in the real world. This motif of a beastly or monstrous bridegroom, often a deity in disguise, is a recurring theme in mythology. It speaks to the idea that true love sees beyond the surface, recognizing the divine or noble qualities hidden within. It speaks to the transformative power of love, but also to the dangers and sacrifices often demanded in its name. Love in these stories is not just a feeling, but a force that can change destinies, break curses, and bridge the gap between the mortal and the divine. The story of Beauty and the Beast, like the myth of Cupid and Psyche, reminds us that love is a journey, often fraught with peril, but ultimately rewarding for those who are brave enough to undertake it. As we delve deeper into these ancient tales, we find that they all share a common thread: the belief in love's power to overcome the greatest of obstacles. Whether it's a curse, a monstrous appearance, or the wrath of the gods, love remains an enduring and transformative force. These stories also highlight the importance of trust, sacrifice, and perseverance in love. They teach us that true love is not just about passion and romance, but also about enduring hardships and emerging stronger together. The ancient myths and folklore that have shaped the story of Beauty and the Beast continue to resonate with us today, reminding us of the timeless and universal nature of love. In the end, the story of Beauty and the Beast, like the myth of Cupid and Psyche, is a testament to the enduring power of love. It is a story that has been told and retold through the ages, each time adding new layers of meaning and depth. As we continue to explore these ancient curses and the love that breaks them, we are reminded of the timeless truths that lie at the heart of these tales. Love's ancient curses may be daunting, but they also hold the promise of transformation and redemption. They remind us that no matter how dark the path may seem, love has the power to light the way and lead us to a brighter future.
At its core, Beauty and the Beast is a story about a forced marriage. Beauty, whether out of duty to her father or fear of the Beast's wrath, enters into a relationship with limited agency. She is expected to tame the Beast, to soothe his anger and heal his wounded soul. This narrative places an enormous burden on women. It reinforces the societal expectation that it is their responsibility to fix men, to bear the emotional weight of their partner's problems. Beauty's story, in this context, becomes a cautionary tale, a reminder of the dangers of sacrificing one's own needs and desires for the sake of a relationship.